Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Analytical Eye Show. It's your boy Javier. Thank y'all so much for watching. This episode is entitled Losing 19, inspired by Judgelyn Toller. Let's get right into it. I hope you guys are again having a great Sunday. Cheers to you all and happy holidays. And just want to thank y'all so much for just watching the show. And I'm back. I keep saying it, I'm back, but I really am. I'm back. But thank y'all so much for tuning in. Cheers. This episode I wanted to talk about. This episode kind of goes into what I wanted to talk about with the previous episode, as far as is it kind of goes hand in hand with the mental illness episode that I was mental health episode I was talking about, and also the episode entitled "Woman to Woman," or is it really woman versus woman to my man? Because I wanted to talk about how mental healthness and all this stuff, mental health, not healthness, mental health and all this stuff, it kind of all impacts this episode. Because when Judge Lynn had wrote an article and put it in the newspaper, I think she said, or in a magazine or something, and she never thought anybody would read it, because it was an article with a woman with a big booty and everything like that. So she thought maybe somebody would read it. And it talks about how she would send brothers would come into her courtroom, and she would talk about doing them counseling or probation and stuff like that. And she'd be like, no. They would just be like, I'd rather just do jail. Just give me jail time. I can do jail. I can't do counseling. I can't do probation. I can't do this. I can do jail. Just do that. And the whole black system as a whole, the whole community as a whole, is losing brothers. And our sisters are losing us brothers, because we rather just do jail. Jail is not a hobby. Jail is not something you go do. Jail is not something. Jail is a failure. And you're failing black women anytime you do that, because you get 19-year-old brothers coming in there at the age of 19 or before 19, and at the age, that's when we lose them. That's when we lose our brothers, and they just go in there and just say, oh, I'd rather just do jail. Send me to jail. I can do jail, and that's fine by me. And it's not okay. Jail is a failure on all accounts. It's not something that you should be proud of. Jail is not something you should gain an award or prosperity or recognition for. It's something that you're failing at, because you're failing our community, you're failing our sisters and your kids by going to jail. And that's a decline in your manhood, because somewhere along the line, and I talked kind of about this on what the definition of a manhood, what being a man really means. But somewhere along the line, back then, it was about providing for your family. Did I go out and bring something back to the house? Did I get a higher education? Did I am providing for my family, making sure that this house is ours and will stay this way? But now it's all about how nasty you can be and how many women you can sleep with. I don't understand where this has gone, and this is from Judge Lynn's mouth to my mind to you, that I don't understand where that has come from either. I don't. And losing you at 19 is not good. It is doing your community, our black community, a disservice, and is doing our sisters a disservice. And as I mentioned on the last episode, as before, black women are suffering more than black men ever will, because the number one reason is because more of us are in that quote-unquote rehabilitation center, that quote-unquote correctional facility, rather than in our homes, taking care of our kids, making sure they're doing their homework, giving them the love and the support they need, giving them the trust that they need, giving them the prosperity they need, giving them the father, the strength, the love, the provider that they need, giving them someone other than the mother that is paying all the bills, doing all the hardship work, going up there to see you at the prison, going ahead and taking care of the kids, cooking and cleaning and working and not being at the home. There's no one there to actually uplift and empower our black kids, because they have lost a parent, because it takes two to tango, not just one. And we're losing out on the prosperity of black people based on the fact that losing you at 19 to the jail system, to that system that does not give a damn about you. Black women are suffering. Black women are done a disservice, and have been done a disservice for over for too long. And as as I quoted from Jill Scott's song in the last episode of Woman to Woman, where she talks about her how do you feel. There's lyrics that say, and let me quote this lyric. Let me quote the lyrics for you because this is powerful. And she said in her lyrics, this is what the lyrics say. Say you be trippin', say you be pimpin' it, talking about how you the man, but what you are is something different. Byproduct of when massa ruled your life, spreading babies everywhere. Couldn't think, couldn't care, but you can now. That right there is powerful because, yes, back when there was masses and slaves, babies were taken from their homes and you would try to create a family, or a master would make you have sex just to produce another slave so then they can sell that baby, and you had no control over that type of stuff. But you have control over it now, black men. You have control over it now, my brothers. And yes, some of my sisters, but this is majority to my brothers, a message to my brothers. What you see on these TV screens is not what you need to live in your means, within your means. And I know that you didn't create the drugs and you ain't bring them in the communities. You ain't bring the guns and everything into communities. But you have a arbitration and a responsibility, a acknowledgement to saying no to that. And I ain't gonna do that. I see this is affecting my community. You have the power. You have the power to do that. And losing you at 19, I didn't have a father growing up. I didn't have a dad. I didn't. And I think I've said this to you guys many times. I think there's a difference between a dad, and a father. A father is someone who actually raises you and teaches you the abundance of life and what it means to be a man, the strength of a man, and what it means to be a provider across accounts, whether you're a man or a woman. I didn't have that. I had God. He's my father. And that's how I look at it. And so he taught me a lot, but there are some things that an actual person should be teaching you about the abundance in life. And granted, like I said, I don't regret not having him in my life because I wouldn't be who I am today without that. How he taught me was in reverse. And I acknowledge that even to this day. But you are so necessary to us men. You are so necessary, black fathers, black grandfathers, uncles, brothers, cousins, great grandfathers. Am I leaving anything out? You have, you are so necessary to us. Women can do all things and be all things. They can be congresswomen, garbage women. They can be computer analysts, doctors, lawyers, judges, rulers, queens. They could be anything and all things, but it's a yin and a yang, and an up and a down, a right and a left. It need that balance in life. We need you need to be there for us. You have to. Once you impregnate, once you procreate with a woman, it's your responsibility to be there. And try not to procreate with other women too, because now you're spreading yourself thin on what you can do is the ability to be there with your child. And if you can handle one child, what makes you think you can handle multiple? And especially multiple with other women. And you're doing your community a disservice by not being there in our faces, being there to stop children when they act up or get out of line or out of pocket, or when they're going left when they should have went right, or when they went when they went up when they should have went down, when they should have did this instead of they did that, and letting them know this is what I've done, and inspiring and sparking the wisdom in the mind and the brain of that child, of that little boy or that little girl, so then they can grow up and do better, become better queens and better kings, and being that abundance in life, that joy in life that can uplift our community and be more of an inspiration to our community and bring us out of the hole that we have not only self deprivated ourselves into, but that the masses, the white people, have put us in, and we're allowing ourselves to stay in that pit. Gotta get out of that. And we lean on you because you're strong, you're men, you're bold, you're boist, and everything like that. I taught myself how to tie a tie. I taught myself how to tie my own shoe with the help of my grandma. I taught myself how to do the. Nobody ever taught me how to shave. Nobody ever taught me how to, about sex. Nobody ever taught me about what it is to be a man. Nobody ever taught me how to tie a tie. I did that on my own. The best thing my mom did was get those clip ties, the ones that has the clip where you put it on and you just press it and it clips on your shirt. I had those. But in the back of my mind, as a boy, I always wanted to know how to tie a tie. You know where I learned how to tie a tie from? A YouTube video. Because I always like, okay, I see that, and that's sad to say as a young black boy. I didn't have my black father, my black dad, my black father to teach me that type of stuff. And those things, I know it sounds so little, but they're so important. They're so big for a black boy. So big for, not even just a black boy, but for any boy. Men, you are so necessary to society. And you have to make sure we're not losing you at such a young age. There's so much life and wisdom and talent and poise and soul in you. Don't let them streets and this stuff dictate how you run your life. Because you are better than that. You are the key. Women are the ultimate key, but you are then the key. Women are the master key, meaning they can get in anywhere. They can unlock anything. But you are that key because you're the one of a kind that can get in there and help where women need the help. You are essential. You are a necessity to us, and we lose you at a young age. And I know it's hard. And I'm not just putting all the pressure and stuff on you, because society helps influence a lot of black men. But at a certain point in time, you have to stop looking at it as society and blaming everybody else and take responsibility for yourself. You know what I'm saying? And I like I said, I get it. One hand, it's society's putting the pressure on you as a black man. Then you got, on another hand, you want to do right, but then the streets is calling your name. But then you got your parents at home, whether with or without parents. On another hand, you have you can't do nothing but stay in this pit because this is all you know. This is all you know. All you know is crime and violence or whatever it is. And I'm not just saying that. You know what I'm saying? Is all you know is poverty and you don't know nothing out of the four walls of your society, as I was talking about on the Four Walls episode. You don't know nothing outside of that. All you know is the community you live in, and this is all you know, and this is all you've been expected to do. No one's expected you to do more, try to be more, or live out more, live out loud more, or be out there, or know that there's a world outside of this four-wall community that you have lived in, where you have not been able to experience anything other than violence and crime, and going to jail at 19 and thinking that that's the best thing for you, and that's not failure, and that's something that means accomplishment, like getting a damn high school diploma. Like, I get that. There's all different things you can tell me. I very well, you don't know nothing because you haven't lived my life. I haven't. But we have to come together and talk and realize that black men, you are a necessity to us. We need you and we want you. It's not like, oh, we don't want you, bump you, you know, we had you, we birthed you, now we don't want you. No. The white man doesn't want you. But black women, black men, black little boys and black little girls, we want you. And we need you. Out of desperation, we need you. And we don't, and in the Bible, I think it even mentions about you shouldn't be desperate. Don't be desperate. But even if it doesn't say that in the Bible, we don't want to be desperate. But we are at a desperation. We're in a desperation of time where we need you, where we want you, and we got to have you. We gotta have you. And there's so few of you now. We gotta change it through entrepreneurship, through education, through love, through mentorship, through training, through jobs, through I think I may have said fathership, if I can say that being a word, through any and all aspects and walks of life. And when we're tired of you showing up short and showing up less than, because we know that you're better than that. You always show up a day late and $1 short. And we're tired of that. We're really tired of that. It's hurting us. It's hurting our community. It's beating us down more than we're already beaten down. Why add on more stress than what society already stresses us out about? It's kind of like in the Bible it says in so many words that you already promised hell on earth. So why would you add more hell on top of the hell? You're already going to have hell days on earth, because that's just promised to us. It's promised to us. It's life. That's what's going to happen. So why add on more hell days on top of the ones that you're already promised? Why do that? You know what I'm saying? Because all it's doing is not helping. You're not gaining anything from it. You're not giving anything from it. And it's harder for the lessons to be learned while you're in the pit. Because sometimes being in the pit, it takes a long time to get out of it. And then by then it may already be too late, because then you have a new generation of children, the children that you have now birth or have now. And now they're watching and learning from you, because like I've always said, kids do by not what you tell them, but what they see you do and how you act. So now they're watching you, and that's how they're going to grow up and be. So then it's a continuous cycle of losing 19. And we don't want to be losing, y'all. We're tired of it. And a lot of you guys will say, well, if this wasn't this and this wasn't that, but you've been given opportunities. How many of you guys have been given opportunities to do better? And even when you get out of jail, to do better. And I know deep down inside you want to do better, but some of you really don't care. And then some of you don't care enough to try to, do better. If you can put all the same energy into doing illicit activities of hiding from the police and doing everything you do that way, you can do the same energy in running a legitimate business and doing whatever you need to do, or being a legitimate person. You can. It's in you. It's a harder fight, but that's what makes you a man. That's the true definition of manhood. That's the true definition of not losing you at 19. That's the true definition of us getting better, and being better and wanting better and doing better and growing up to want to be better. And then you're raising your children and creating general wealth. Remember, generational wealth is not just in having millions and millions of dollars in the bank that you can pass down to your children and those children and those children. It's about creating something where the general wealth is in love. The general wealth is in family. The general wealth is in money too at times. The generational wealth is in property and in wisdom. It's all those things. So don't just look at generational wealth as just one thing. But it does include some of those things and factor into that. But once you start holding yourself accountable, men, my black men, then you can get somewhere. But women are suffering more than they ever have before because we're losing you. We're already losing a lot of us to white cops killing us. We're already losing to racist white people coming after us. George Floyd and Ahmaud Arbery. We're already losing so many men like that because of that. Why are we needing to lose more of you to the crack pipes and to dealing and pimping and hoeing and not caring? Why? Why add more on top of the trouble and worrisome and the stuff that we're already going through on a daily basis that we sometimes don't have no control over, because we're steady trying to fight that fight and get over that hump that when you do this, it's like taking 2 steps forward and now 30 steps back. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta do better. We gotta do better. And I made it to 19, and there's been plenty of times where I could have gone to jail. Plenty of times. Oh yeah, I can count on at least, I think maybe 3 or 4 occasions off the top of my head where I could have gone to jail because I've gotten caught. And let me say this, and this is the same thing Monique has always said. Wonderful Monique, legendary Monique, the comedian, an actress. There's always that saying where we've all done shit. It's just, we've all done illegal shit. In so many words, she said this on one of her comedy shows, where she was speaking to women at a correctional facility. And she said, don't let nobody judge you because we've all done shit. We just ain't got caught doing dumb shit. We've all done illegal shit. We just ain't been caught. Some of us gotten away with that. And some because of the purpose that we've had in life. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't make us any less than you. So when I'm talking to you black men, I may not be able to relate to the situation you're in, or why we lost you at 19, to the prison system, or to death, or to whatever it is, to alcohol abuse, or to drug abuse, or whatever it is that's going on in your life. But one thing I can say is that it is a detriment to us losing you at all. Because it's killing a community. It's killing us. It's killing the black community. And every day we're dying more and more and more and more by the fact of you not caring. By the fact of you not handling your business. By you not handling your genitalias the right way. By you not handling your mind the right way. By you not handling your feelings the right way because somebody that said something crazy to you, now you got to go out there and handle them the right way because that's the street code way. By you not handling your heart the right way. By you not handling your religion, your mind, your soul, your guts the right way. By you not handling your thought process the right way. And like I said, not every right way is the right way for you, but you got to find your right way so we're not losing you at 19. Losing 19, that, come on. And yes, we're not just losing you at 19. We're losing you at 18 and 16 and 17 and 15 and 14. I just had a cousin that shot himself in the hand, and now he's back in jail because he was on probation, should have never had a gun, and his nephew killed himself, or supposedly killed himself with the same gun, but really, as it's turning out, that it's potential homicide. We're losing y'all. That's how I know. Because it's happening in my family right at this very moment. And it's funny, and a funny, quote unquote, when I say funny, it means ironically, because his father is in jail and he's doing a life sentence for a double homicide. And I think he ended up killing his couple of, I think it was like a friend and a family member or something in the case happened. Yeah. And it's funny because I think he lost, at the time when my cousin was born, the one that just died due to potentially this being a homicide, somebody killing him, he lost his father, his dad, at the age of what? I think when they were like, 13, 14, to the prison system or something of that happened. And let me tell you something. White people are just waiting to lock you up because it creates more money for them. They're just waiting to lock you up, giving them any reason. We're all one bad decision away from losing you, man. We're all of us as humans, we're all one bad decision away from death or from being put in jail. But black men, you are really one bad decision away. They don't give a damn. You can trip. Jail time. You can cuss. Jail time. They want to make it to where you don't make it. So I add on more reasons for them to be like, yep, you ain't nothing, you ain't about nothing, it's fine. Because they gladly want to lock you up because there's private owners, CEOs of Costco and Apple and all these big companies, pharmaceutical companies that are embedded and tied into these correctional facilities and own actual correctional facilities and want to put you in jail because it makes them more money. And you make shit for 50 cents off the dollar instead of maybe $10 an hour, and then they sell it for 10 times the price and make more money off of it, and you just in there basically being a slave. We're still suffering. Why add more onto it, men? Why? We need you and we want you to be around. Like in Boys in the Hood, it said the average of, I think he said of the 21, it's like, what I think it said 1 out of 5 men will live to see 21 or something like that. That means the other 4 are getting killed. And that, I'm pretty sure that rate is probably fluctuated to today. It probably is maybe a little lower than it was back then, but it's still too high. 1 is too high. 1 being killed is too high. 1 being in jail is too high. 1 being taken away from us is too high from any type of accounts. Losing you is hard enough. Hard enough. I've watched so many shows from 60 Days In to First 48 to Cold Case Files to all these shows. And granted, a lot of those cases, First 48 is more African American based because a lot of crimes happen in African Americans and that's what they show. But also, you know, why? And they make money off of that. Granted, yeah, I watch it because I don't know why I enjoy the crime shows. But, and that's something I need to look at on my part and it's frowned upon. But they make money off of y'all. They make money. And I think actually it's not just me, but it's America as a whole. We're fascinated by crime and stuff like that. And that's true. And we say we aren't, but we are. But they make money off y'all. Private companies make money off the prison systems because they're owners of those prison systems. The government doesn't own these prison systems. They say they do, and in some aspects they do, but the real true owners of these prison systems are white CEOs, women and men, and they pass it down from generation to generation. They're making money off of us. Why? They've been making the money off of us since the beginning, since they stole this country, this land from the Native Americans. Why give them more? And they owe us over $400 billion in debt. Why give them more? I want y'all to think about that. I want y'all to think about that, my black men. This is tailored to you. This is targeted at you. And a voice for my black women. Because apparently with them speaking about it, it's not ringing or registering or ringing any bells or registering in your brain or alarming you in any sense. So hopefully me being a black man telling you this, that I need you, I want you, we love you, we need you to be in our communities. We need you to be an active participant. Not just a participant or active, an active participant in our black communities. Come on. And I want to condemn and I want to praise. I want to, there's these black men, these fathers, I think it was in Louisiana, where they got tired of, it was at a Louisiana high school. The fathers got tired of the fights and the shootings and the stabbings and the crime happening at this high school, that they started patrolling the school. It was like 10 of these fathers, 10 of them, I think it was. Let me see if I can pull it up. I remember it clear as day. It was all over YouTube. It gained national attention. It's called Dads on Duty, and they started patrolling the school, and they started to notice a difference in the community, difference at the school, the culture, the vibe of the school, the safety of the school. That's how impactful you are. If 10 men can go in the school and start patrolling it, and they already have security there, they already have cameras, they already have a principal, they already have police on staff, and there was so much crime in that, but then the father stepped in, and then the crime decreased, the happiness increased, the joy and the safety increased, and all that increased. That's how influential and you implementing yourself in your community and your black families and your black lives and our black lives and in our education and in our schools and in our streets. That's how big you are. That's how big you can be. That's how much power you do hold too, men. Don't let these white motherfuckers out here tell you have no power, because you do. That's why they're trying to take it away from you. That's why they're looking for every excuse to put you underneath the jail or in a coffin. Don't give them any more reasons. You have the power. You have the guts, the tenacity. You have all that. The grit, the resilience, the pride. You have all that. If these black men can walk in here and do that and change it around just that fast, if all black men could stand together and do better and not losing at 19, what do you think you can do? The journey, the roads you can take, the prosperity that you can go through and go far beyond your wildest dreams. The grass would grow and get greener and greener, and it would be amazing. Take key from those type of dads and those type of men, and they're all black, not Mexican, not white, not Japanese, Chinese, Russian, Canadian, Hispanic, Spanish, Britain, whatever. They're black Negro men. Follow up on that story. I have a link in the bio for you as well. But take note, men. We need you and we want you and we love you. And take note from those type of men. I want to thank y'all so much for watching this episode. I appreciate you so much. I will see you all next Sunday. As I've mentioned, I am back. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Aber Vassal, of course. And you can follow the show on Facebook and Instagram at The Analytical Eye Show, and on Twitter, iAnalytical. I thank you guys so much for watching this episode. Please listen to what I'm saying, black men and my black women, because like I said in the last episode, you hold all the cards. God bless you all. Peace and love. And thank you for continuing to rock out with me on this show. I'll see you next Sunday. Peace. Peace and love. And cheers.